All right, so now that I got the bed frame situated, with the slide out expansion and things like that, what I want to do next is to work on the dresser for the bedroom. So I'm thinking of using this space underneath the bed for a pull-out drawer, but I want to make it so that it pulls out both ways, so that if the sliding door was open, that I could also access some clothes or equipment or whatnot that's underneath the desk. So there's two slots. There's one here. There's one here. This one I don't want to mess with because of the inclining position of the bed. But also this one has some limitations too. And let me show you when I do have it in incline mode, you can see this lowers so that I can't just put a drawer willy-nilly because it's going to be flattened. So I need to do something about that, and what I'm thinking about is just using the area inside in between, and that we could pull out. I'll show you what I mean by doing that when you actually see it. It's hard to explain. All right, so a quick mock-up of what I want to do is I want to make these drawers here and put the two sides, and then have pull in and out over here. This side, it's going to come all the way over here, and of course I'm going to cut this to say, and then this will slide in and out too, so that when the sliding door is here, I can also get to the stuff that's underneath here. What it's going to look like as it slides underneath, I'm going to put in the pocket hole screws now. I didn't use this that much actually I didn't use it at all for my element builds, and I'm kind of regretting not doing it because it would have been a lot prettier without screws hanging out all over the place. But this is like a $20 jig or something like that. I think it's already, I'm confident it's going to be well worth it. Makes nice clean holes. All right, box is made. Now we need to put something on the bottom. I got this board that I used to have for an old shelf. You can see it's just MDF, and it's probably a little bit thicker than I like, but I'd rather reuse something than go out and buy something. Of course, if you don't have a nail gun, you can use a regular hammer and nail. That's what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. Let's test out the fit. Alright, so it's going to come underneath, slide between those two, and sit like that. I think it fits pretty well. We'll be able to access it on this side, of course, when you're on the other side of the sliding door. Next up is this bottom, the middle one. And let me show you. When this thing is in the upright, in the bed position, everything's fine. There's a lot of room. So I only want to make sure I can transform it into the lounger position. And if you look, if I use a smaller piece, I'll be able to still clear this bottom part right here. So I'm going to use a smaller piece on one side and maybe the thicker on both sides, or maybe I'll use a smaller piece on both sides. But anyway, there's this bar right here. So this will be a guide as to how far I could stuff things in there and still be okay. All right, so I have this cut down to size of this, and you can see that when the chair is in the lounge position, this piece of wood gets caught right there on the bottom. So I'm gonna need to cut an angle so that I'll be able to slide the drawers in and out even when it's in lounge position. That should be good enough. I'm just afraid that once I put on the bottom part, it might lift it up too high and I might have to make another trim, but oh well. The nail gun was so quick and easy to do the bottom part. I'm gonna try to use the nail gun for everything as a bit of an experiment, so I know for next time if you know, screws are gonna be a little bit stronger, of course, but this is gonna be a lot easier, but it may be plenty strong enough. That was a lot easier with the nail gun, that's for sure. You can see where I get my scrap pieces. This is from a IKEA bed slats. I can feel it right now. It's definitely not as strong as the screws, so I think I'm going to have to make the pocket screws now. Oh, way better. Not as quick and easy as the nail gun, but man, you can really feel it. It's a lot more solid. Alright, nail gun used for what it's supposed to be used for. Yeah, of course, kind of what I was afraid. Once I put on the platform, it went up a little bit higher, and you can see it just barely catches. I don't know if you can see underneath this. Just barely, so I'm gonna shave off a little bit more. All right, I cut off a little bit more. Let's see. Oops, wrong way. All right. Fit through the front side, but not the back side, so I need to shave the back down a little bit. I have to cut a little bit, even more than I was planning. But now, everything fits, slides in and out just the way it should, and it'll come out the other side just the way it should. All right, let me get that out. This is the way the drawers will look in bed mode. And you know, you can still put things up a little bit higher as long as it's in the middle and not smacking against this bar right here. Alright, so bed mode, everything's real nice and smooth. I had to trim that to make it fit lounge mode, but next will be making the custom mattress for the top.